Hello, and welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Connor Doan.
And I'm Avery Balderston.
So, Avery, let's get into it. How was your weekend? What did you do?
It was good. I didn't do a lot. My friend had a birthday, so we all went out to a birthday dinner, but otherwise I had a bunch of assignments, so I didn't have a bunch of time to do anything. How was your weekend?
It was good. I started a new job. That was cool, but it's been a little chaotic. I was all over the place.
Where's your new job at?
I work at Torchy's Tacos, opening
Awesome.
October 15th. Feel free to stop by.
So have you tried any of their food yet? Can you give us any insight?
They always hype up their queso. Their queso's the big whoop.
Definitely.
It was pretty good. I'd give it like an 8.3 out of 10.
So we'd say above Chipotle.
Oh,
Absolutely.
leagues above Chipotle.
Awesome. So I know that it was a big sports weekend. You want to tell me about that?
I will. So first and foremost, biggest story, LeBron James has secured his 4th NBA title with the Los Angeles Lakers. That happened last night. Did you watch that at all? Or?
I didn't catch it, although I saw a lot about it on social media.
Yeah, it was big, very cool. Not even a close game, but that's awesome to see. Lakers bringing it home. R.I.P. Kobe. Good they won it for him. And other sports stuff, Dak Prescott, ankle, dunzo. It's trash. Did you see any of that?
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I was at my apartment complex this morning and somebody was watching the news and their windows were open. I heard detail. It sounded like it was a really bad break.
It was gruesome.
On top of that, Chiefs lost their first game.
Yeah.
Really tough scene on Sunday.
Disappointing.
We're excited for a comeback later in the week.
Of course. We'll bring it back up. It'll be okay, but
Absolutely. Halloween is coming up. Are you
that's what I was
excited for
about to
Halloween?
say. I am. Yeah, I'm excited. Still trying to figure out what I want to do. If I want to stay here, maybe go see my friends at other college campuses. What are some things we can do here? Do you have anything?
I was thinking about that because haunted houses are going to have to be different this year because of the pandemic.
Of course.
So I was looking into it, although I did some research, and it sounds like because haunted houses are already kind of spread out because the employees can't get to you or they're not supposed to touch you, it sounds like they're not doing too many changes because all of the people that are doing the scares have masks on anyways.
There you go.
Although it does look like they're going to be spread out. I know Worlds of Fun, The Haunt is super fun. I went there last year, terrifying, super fun. Louisburg Cider Mill, people love going down there. I've never been. I definitely want to take a trip there. Are you planning on dressing up for Halloween?
I don't know what I would be though. I need some ideas. I don't know.
You should be like Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Wow, what are you gonna be?
I'm gonna be a holy cow.
A holy
so
cow.
I'm wearing a cow outfit, like cow print, and then putting a halo on my head. It was super, super smart.
Very smart. I don't
It's the
think I've
best I
seen
could
that
think
one
of,
before.
really.
Yeah.
I love Halloween, so I had to do something kind of fun and funky.
I'm trying to. What'd you do last year? I can't even remember what I did last year.
That is a really good question. I was Barbie.
You were Barbie.
I was Barbie.
Oh. I remember I put on. I don't think I even wore a costume.
I think
Maybe.
Halloween is such a fun time of year, though, so I'm super curious to see with COVID how it's going to happen.
Yeah, how it'll be different.
Because normally it's one of the busiest times of the year. There's so many big groups of people. Now there just really can't be.
Yeah.
So I'm super curious to see how people are going to manage that, and especially trick-or-treating. Because when kids are trick-or-treating in neighborhoods, there's so many of them together, and parents are probably concerned about that. The kids are probably, the kids probably aren't. The kids are probably just thinking about the candy.
But kids love trick-or-treating. It's a
But
highlight.
absolutely,
Awesome.
I feel like if I was younger right now, it would be really weird if my parents didn't let me go trick-or-treating, because it's so much exchange germ-wise with them grabbing the candy and the households.
Candy,
Absolutely.
Maybe
So
they'll do a little bowl, take one.
Oh yeah, that's a
They
good
could do
idea,
that.
because I saw on the news not too long ago that trick-or-treating was going to be different this year.
Yeah.
But I think it may be the case that a bunch of people stay in and just have movie nights on Halloween this
yeah.
year. You never know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Halloween movie?
Favorite Halloween movie? That is a good question.
I love Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus. Do you want to be real, I've never seen that movie.
Really?
Never seen it.
I'm a big Disney person.
Oh, okay.
I love Disney movies. I feel like right now, especially because nobody's really doing anything, they're all on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
Very good subscription, very worth it. Hocus Pocus is doing good things. Three Witches, they kidnap this kid.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Very good.
That's
that is
kind of a Halloween
favorite
movie. I've
of
seen
mine
that.
too. Absolutely. Anything else that you can think of Halloween-wise?
Halloween-wise, I just hope we all can have a good time. As KU students, let's be safe, let's be knowledgeable, but most importantly, have fun, guys. I think we have Grace Padon coming up. She's going to talk about Adobe skills. She's a sophomore at KU, very into graphic design. We'll talk to her. We also have a news update. So Avery, any last words?
I think that's all. I'm super excited to talk about Adobe, and we'll be right back with our interview with Grace Padon.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Right now, I'm majoring in strategic communications and I'm minoring in business. I'm a sophomore. I started in high school my freshman year, so I guess 6 years ago now. I was on my high school's newspaper and I kind of learned everything I know starting there.
I feel like that's perfect timing because now you know so much. So what is your favorite platform to use?
My favorite is Adobe InDesign because I think it's kind of like a good mix of a lot of the different programs. And I find it's just as more seamless and less confusing than some of the other programs.
For sure. Tell me what you're using InDesign for. Tell me what you're using InDesign for.
I mostly lately have just been doing like freelance projects, or if I'm stressed out with school or something, I use it to kind of take my mind off of things. Or my dad's friend needed a logo for a business, so I made one for him. It's just kind of small things here and there.
Absolutely. So when you're making logos and whatnot, do you ever use Illustrator too, or do you go back and forth between the two, or is your favorite just InDesign?
I use Illustrator also for more like graphic-y things, but I like piecing everything together and having my final project being InDesign.
Absolutely. So do you do most of your stuff over a laptop, or do you have an iPad as well? Because when I like draw them out sometimes. I was wondering if you did the same thing.
Yeah, it kind of depends on what I'm doing, but I have an iPad also, and there's some Adobe app where it can like transfer directly to InDesign or Illustrator. So it's kind of nice to be able to be more hands-on on my iPad, but then still be able to see the bigger picture on InDesign.
Absolutely. So if someone was starting out with Adobe and they knew nothing about it, would you recommend that they would use an iPad or a laptop?
I would say probably a laptop, and there are tons of YouTube and even like TikTok tutorials that can teach you the basics.
For sure. So tell me, do you ever use Photoshop? I've heard a bunch about how Photoshop is fun to use. It's a fun Adobe platform. Do you ever do anything with that?
I do. For my friends, I will sometimes make like funny edits and just things of them that come to mind. And so I'll usually use Photoshop for that because you can do a lot of cool effects.
Awesome. So if you love these so much, what do you plan on using them for in the future? Like, do you have any social media marketing or like anything else that would be a goal for you?
I, as far as like career wise goes, I think it's just kind of like a fun hobby for me. But I also have an Instagram account where I kind of post things as I make them and just to kind of have all my pieces in one place.
That's awesome. So on your Instagram account, do you post them to have them together, or do like people ever use your designs for anything? Do you give them to people?
Yeah, I make like gifts and stuff for my friends and all, but I'll mostly just post stuff on there. I kind of keep it like a portfolio kind of thing, and I mostly just like my friends and family that follow it.
That's awesome. I think that's a really great way to keep everything together. It looks like we're wrapping up. Do you have anything else that you want to share with us, Grace?
I would just say if you have the chance to learn how to use Adobe products, to do it, because it will probably only help you and it's a good skill to know.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Welcome back. I'm Olivia, and this is your Good Evening KU News Update. The Senate confirmation hearings for Amy Coney Barrett began this morning and should last through Thursday. The focus of today's hearing centered around the Affordable Care Act and Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal's warning that Barrett should not participate in any case involving President Trump and the election process. The first death was reported after Hurricane Delta, a Category 3 hurricane that hit Louisiana this weekend. An 86-year-old man died after attempting to refuel a generator that sparked a fire. This was Louisiana's second hurricane in 2 months and left hundreds of residences without power. Season 16 of The Bachelorette will premiere tomorrow on ABC. The network named Claire Crawley the 16th Bachelorette back in March, but due to the coronavirus, they had to postpone filming the show. Tasia Adams was recently seen on set, and many believe she will take Crawley's spot for the 2020 season. Emily in Paris is a trending Netflix original series starring Lily Collins. After its premiere last week, many people are turning to Twitter to criticize the show for falling into negative cliches about the French culture. In sports, the KU soccer team lost for the first time this season 2-0 at Baylor. The Jayhawks actually outshot the Bears 10-9 but couldn't put the ball in the net. Goalie Sarah Peters made 3 saves but also gave up her first 2 goals of the season. Coach Francis was disappointed in the slow start to the match.
Not a good day. I just don't think we performed very well. The beginning of the game, I thought the first 25 minutes of the first half, Baylor came out and Baylor's a physical team and you have to match that, and we just didn't. We let them push us around.
Return home to Rock Chalk Park on Friday night to take on Oklahoma State in the annual Jayhawks for a Cure match. And the volleyball team took West Virginia to 5 sets both Friday and Saturday before losing to the Mountaineers in both matches. Newcomers saw a lot of action this weekend, and freshmen Caroline Crawford, Carly Schmidt, and Molly Schultz each posted career highs. Junior transferred Paige Shaw also made her home debut and scored 11 kills. The Jayhawks are now 1-5 on the season and will be on the road this week to play Oklahoma on Friday and Saturday in Norman. And that will wrap it up for today's news update. Please keep watching, and after the break, Halen will be back with the weather.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Good evening, Jayhawks. My name is Halen Woolhite, and I will be giving you your Monday evening weather forecast. Taking a look out. Sitting at a nice 72 degrees, feeling a little bit on the warmer side, with breezy winds coming from the northwest at 10 to 21 miles per hour. Here is our current radar right now, and as we can see, definitely pretty clear conditions, and as we can see, there's this massive cold front that's bringing all this wind from here, and we had this massive cold front come through our area last night, and we actually got very high reports of wind throughout the region. So for us in Lawrence, we had wind gusts measured up to 44 miles per hour, and looking out further west towards Manhattan, we had wind gusts measured at 47 miles per hour, and looking more northwest towards Abilene and Marysville, we had temperatures, wind gusts reported at 56 to 62 miles per hour. This was definitely a windy night for everyone, but good news for tonight, we won't be seeing these windy conditions. Instead, we're going to be seeing winds from the northwest tapering down from 7 to 10 miles per hour,
It'll be a cool 47 degrees with clear skies. So if you plan on going out this evening, might want to wear a light jacket since that little wind might make it just feel a little bit make it feel a little bit chilly. Here's our hour-by-hour evening forecast. Again, temperatures are going to be gradually tapering off from 68 degrees at 6 p.m. to about 55 degrees at 9 p.m. Clear conditions, winds tapering off as well. It should be a relatively nice evening, but if you plan on going out this evening, might want to wear a light jacket because that little wind might make it feel a little bit cooler. As for tomorrow's forecast, we're going to be feeling more like early mid-September, with temperatures sitting at a warm 80 degrees with nice clear sunny skies and winds from the southwest at 9 to 14 miles per hour. So if you want to get out and get some fresh air, maybe go on a jog tomorrow would be a great day to do that and to enjoy the weather, because looking into the rest of the week, we are going to be seeing a lot more temperature fluctuations. For Wednesday, we're going to be at a high of 85 degrees, but later that evening, we're going to be experiencing a cold front coming in and with bringing in a chance of showers and lowering the temperatures for Thursday to about 62 degrees. And we're going to remain in the 60s, low 70s for the rest of the weekend until Sunday, where we're going to get another cold front moving in this evening, bringing in 30% chance of isolated thunderstorms. But once that cold front moves through, we're going to be at the upper 50s, low 60s into next week. That is all I have for this evening's weather forecast. Thank you for tuning in to Good Evening KU tonight. We will be back next week. Thanks again. I hope everybody has a good evening. Stay safe, Jayhawks.